Well, hello, 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 and welcome to the multi-dimensions of you. I unfortunately had a cancellation of a wonderful interview I was looking forward to. However, maybe things, and I know things happen the way they're meant to be. And I had not uh, done a podcast in the last week. Things so busy with our the holidays, and I had gotten sick over the weekend after um, a while, and then went away for the weekend skiing. And I could come up with a million excuses, but I see it is the end of the year, and I still think I will do one more um, to end the year. But just in case, and since I was ready to go and the cancellation came through at the last minute, I thought I would share something that I shared as a host on our Thursday daily call. We have a call Monday through Friday. It's uplifting, it's a spiritual call. We don't talk about any particular company, and no religion or politics are discussed there. And I will leave the information down below. And definitely please subscribe if you haven't already. Excuse me. However, I thought this topic was so well received that I would also share it with you here today. And instead of sending you the recording from the hosting conference call, I thought I would do it with you straight away here. So, excuse me, sorry about that. My topic today is something that gets in everyone's way at some point in their lives. And I feel it is a journey for me that I improve in this area as well. But I have learned so many things on the way here. And I'm hoping that maybe what I share with you will resonate with you. It will help you um, and working through some of the things that you may be feeling are blocking you or not sure why things block you. And I shared about knowing who you are. So often we go about and we try to learn and we're looking to improve, whether it's in business or self improvement or whatever it is. And the fact that this is called the multi dimensions of you, we sometimes have many interests, but seem not to be able to make a decision on what avenue and what road we should take to fulfill ourselves. And so the first thing we need to ask ourselves is, who are we? And that's a big question. Who are we? And the way I have been learning about who that is we also have to get connected on a mental level, in addition to the things that we enjoy, the experiences that we have had. And the topic keeps coming up in books that I'm reading: Jim Rohn, Napoleon Hill, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, some of the, well-known oldies, I would guess you would call them, but they have tons of wisdom. They're old sages in this area. They are around still with books and videos because the topic they discuss is something that everyone seems to be looking for. Like, who am I? And we go externally and we try to be like other people. Now, it's okay to use their example, and you look up to them and be inspired by them and say, I want to be like them. But you want to put your own spin on things. You want to put your own personality on things. And so you take that information of who they are, the knowledge you're gaining from them, and then begin to figure out who you are. And when you've determined who that is, the next thing is to love that person. I know I didn't know who I was, and I didn't like myself very much for so many different reasons. We won't go into the details because none of that really matters. We all don't like ourselves for some reason or other. Yet other people can see so much potential in us. They can believe in us. They see the ability that we have and you have. And that is where you need to connect. That is where you need to connect. And then, like I said, you need to really fall in love with who you are. Because just today in our call, someone was sharing, trying to fulfill a purpose. And I realized that once we know who we are and love that person, it will help in figuring out what your purpose is. We flounder trying to be happy. And unless we have a true purpose that lights us up every day, no matter what path you take, no matter what multi-dimension of you there is, I don't think you will be totally happy unless you just don't give up on yourself. Keep pursuing the things you love, not what people tell you should love. When you do that and you stay true to yourself, then that's exciting. And then you will find your purpose. Because until then, again, it's like a ship without a rudder. We just flounder around in circles, not going anywhere. And that is where depression can come from, not being happy with ourselves. Of course not. Think about this, and it's something I thought of again today as well, is when we are in love with someone, we want to do whatever we can to make them happy or just want to be around them. And we just love all their perfect imperfections, like John Legend says in his beautiful song. I realize that if we can turn that around and treat ourselves in the same way, what is it that I want? What is it that you want? Allow me to listen. Listen to that inner voice that's speaking with you or to you. That's our infinite intelligence. That's our gut feeling talking to us, telling us, giving us our answers. We need to listen to that. And sometimes what we hear inside sounds crazy and over the top. And what will people say? And we worry about all these things, or can I do it? There's a beautiful movie out on Netflix right now called Nyad, Nyad. It's about the woman Doris, I think, Nyad, that swam 100 miles at the age of her mid-60s. She tried when she was younger and failed, but determined to do it now because she just felt that was her purpose, for proving maybe something that sounds impossible can be done. But it's a great movie. I think It could be something you will see resonates in parts for yourself. Anyway, I just thought it would be so important, and I'm just going over my notes since I hadn't planned on having this conversation with you all, but I thought it is important. Regardless of what the reasons are, we don't like each other, we don't like ourselves or haven't figured out who we are, but giving yourself permission that what you think or what your thoughts are, that your existence or why you are here, it doesn't matter. You are here because there's a purpose that you are supposed to be fulfilling. You matter. You are bigger than you are believing in yourself about. You need to first get around individuals who will lift you up and support you unconditionally with no judging. I have found that community, and I want to invite you to our community. And the majority of these people I have never physically met. We see each other on Zooms, we get on the phone, we talk, we text, but we're all over the world. But we have found a common stream that we are all on a journey together, looking to improve who we are, to find ourselves, figure out who we are, and then to know what it's like to love ourselves. And as that all comes together, and it doesn't happen overnight, it's okay, all in divine timing, we will start to realize this lights me up. This gets me excited. This is what I want to do, or I love doing, and how you might be creative and turn it into a business or into some kind of monetary value or not. Like I said, multi dimensions. You can stay in your corporate job and still pursue a purpose that will serve, because when I have found we serve people, give people something of value, and it doesn't have to be always physical, support, caring, whatever that is, it fills us up. It certainly does for me. And maybe that's what you want to do, a purpose. Fill in that hole that you keep trying to fill. I know what that's like. And until we know who we are, love who we are, and begin to see that there is a purpose, there is a reason you are alive on this earth, that's when things come together. And then you get excited. It will also increase your confidence, because the more you are purposeful and you know who you are, and you've got that support lifting you up and helping you, because it is a team, it's teamwork. I don't do this by myself. If I did this by myself, I doubt if I get to where I am today. But it's because the support is there. I've got them on my shoulder, constantly in my head, lifting me up and encouraging me and reminding me of who I am and that they believe in me. If you want that on a daily basis, definitely join our call. But in addition, I want you to be aware that if you feel just down and who am I, where am I going, I'm a failure, that is not going to ever serve you any purpose, because that is where you are meant to be. Excuse me for a second. I would have just thought I did this already. Turn it, put do not disturb on. Sorry about that. Brian Tracy talked about the dominating thing of going or out and embracing who you are is fear. And that is the dominating emotion. And the development of courage to push through those fears. He mentions a healthy sign of a person is courage, how together a person is, or is, how together a person is by how willing, listen to this, how willing you are to take risks. Nothing is done without taking risks when trying to pursue something wonderful for yourself and having success with it. There are risks. It's okay if you fail. Does not say you are a failure. It just says you failed at this. So what can you do differently? So next time maybe it will come out better. It's just the law of nature, but we have to not quit on ourselves. And I don't want to make this go on and on and on. I do take some time to try to explain myself, but how important it is to know who you are and then love yourself. Brian Tracy also says success starts from the inside, folks. We can do all kinds of things that people see externally, and we can ask people, what should I do? What decision should I make? But honestly, only you have that answer. And that answer comes from inside, from within. And building your self-esteem and your self-worth is all that will begin to happen when you just take hold of who you are. And so many people have low self-esteem, a low self worth, low self-worth, and low self-image, whether it's a physical way they think they look or whatever it might be. It is something very prevalent, unfortunately, for people who are not succeeding and feeling depressed and down on themselves. So I think you're getting the picture. There was, if you watch The Voice at all, there was a girl on there called Lila, and she was under the guidance and coaching of John Legend, who I just love. And she felt and was told that she wasn't good enough to sing. She was also not feeling very good about herself and self-doubt about who she was and if she should pursue this musical career. But John, as a perfect and wonderful coach, said that she had what it took, bolstered her up, told her she had musicality, she was a songwriter, she was very good at it, and what a difference it made to her and built her confidence. So Brian Tracy said that low self-esteem is a conditional emotion, meaning I call it hereditary emotion or conditioning, hereditary conditioning, meaning when adults talk to us when we were younger, or teachers or parents, grandparents, whoever, what negative things they told us, we believed. And adults' outer voices now become children's inner voice. The good thing about this is that it can turn around and it can change, and you can change it. And the way you do it is to, in the beginning, You act as if you're confident. Act as if you have the value you're doubting you have. And as you practice, and the secret, he said, this is what turned his life around. He certainly had financial issues and needed help with his own self-esteem and feeling good about himself. He says the key has been, and this has been the key for thousands of men and women, and that we practice it. We practice it. Ordinary men and women, this has helped. Nothing spectacular about any of them, just that they would practice a couple of exercises and you can get some great I am affirmations. I can post them here for you. I'll mark that down to do that. Some I am, because when you say I am, it's much more powerful. So I'll post some affirmations you can say to yourself around I am, but also just say, I like myself. I love myself. I love myself. And also, I can do it. I can do it. I know I've used that when I get a little nervous and anxious about speaking or things of that nature that I'm going to need to prepare for another hosting for tomorrow. And maybe I'll get a little anxious and I'll say, but I can do it. I can do it. Right away, it eliminates all that negativity. So I'm highly, highly encouraging you and highly recommending you do these exercises because they work. Join us on our call, and more you come persistently or listen to the recordings, you are going to see it working and you feel yourself changing because your brain is being fed good food. And a lot of that negativity and doubt and disbelief is going to go away. So I'm going to end with that it is something you can fix. You can fix. How exciting knowing that it's up to you, that the things I just told you can be done. And you can feel good about yourself and like yourself and love yourself and know who you are, and then go after what you want, that deep desire, without worrying about what other people are going to say. So thank you for your time here today. Don't want to make it any longer. I am grateful that we had this time together. I want to wish you an amazing Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hoping also to have a podcast next week, but if I don't, definitely want to make sure I tell you now. And whatever holiday you celebrate this season, Hanukkah just passed, and there's Kwanzaa, and so many other things that are celebrated this time of the year. I just want to wish joy to all of you, and that you find that best version of yourself and you continue working on that. And that way you will be able to decide which fabulous multi-dimension of you do you want to make your primary, and enjoy some of the other ones just as much, but not one of them only defines you. You're just an exciting human being with wonderful, fabulous dimensions of interest. So I will sign off, wishing you all the very, very best, and see you very, very soon for sure. And um, I'm just happy I was able to do this. Things that worked out just perfectly. Take care, love yourself, and then pursue your dreams. Take care and happy holidays. Bye for now.